Now, ladies and gentlemen, as of today being November 2nd, it's officially been over 1 whole week since Valve last updated CS2. With it being 1 week since its last update, it's also been its first full month of CS2 being fully released. Like with any new game release, Valve made or not, player feedback and fixes need to happen, alongside plans of adding new content. As of for now, we've only seen fixes primarily in the first 2 weeks of its release. As of recently, Valve has not only been silent, but very limited with what they say. Today's commentary is based around Valve's recent silence, the downgrade in quality for recent blog posts, and of course what the devs are most likely working on as of right now. Now today's video sponsor is Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is a buying and trading marketplace for your CS items. It makes a safe and easy way to trade out your inventory for something new. By using my code MANDO, you can get a deposit bonus of 35% alongside a free $5 in your first trade, with a max bonus if you spend $100 or more. With a large variety of skins, deposit options, alongside daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways, they're doing a great job rivaling other competition. If interested, it'll be at the top of the link in the description below. Firstly, let's roll back to 1 week ago when things were last updated. This was October 25th, 2023. At the time, this was one of the biggest updates we've seen in CS2 for its full release, not including the limited test, as well as bigger updates in almost 2 weeks. Now, dating back to the game's release, at times we saw more than one update a day, almost every day of the week. They also had extremely detailed blog posts, which included what was changed, fixed, or added. If something specific changed on a certain skin, skins in general, or a certain bug on a certain map, it wouldn't go into so much detail where it would tell us what actually got switched on each weapon. It would tell us what group of skins, or what specific map, for an example. And slowly over the next few weeks up until now, things have had the opposite effect, where they're not really doing things like that. Skin fixes and bugs, whether they were common or not, were not specified, this being miscellaneous bug fixes, miscellaneous fixes to weapons, that could be for sprays, accuracy, also for certain nades in game, clipping on maps, player model problems, and even skin changes. But what happened with this, and what are some examples? Well, as of recently, taking a look at these blog posts, they sometimes say bug fixes and hardly ever go to detail if it's clipping, an invisible wall, or something removed on what map. Let's just say someone's clipping on Nuke. Valve says bug fixes for Nuke. We're lucky to see if they actually say clipping. If they do so, where on the map were the bug fixes or the clipping fixed? This happened last week on Nuke specifically, that's why I'm calling it out here. Goldeck on Twitter, not much longer than 30 minutes later after this update, came out with a problem boosting yourself on a silo. It just wasn't possible. We also saw this on Mirage a few weeks back, where they made the piece of wood on triple box and A-Site Mirage pretty much invisible, so you can no longer self-boost. And then with this most recent update, they added it back, but didn't really tell us. Someone had to test it out in game to find out. So I hope there's a good job explaining that. And what happens with maps and certain bugs, same thing goes with skins, but I would say they're a lot worse as of right now. In the early updates of CS2's full release, and going back to the limited test, Valve actually blessed us with a whole category on these blog posts with skin fixes or skin adjustment categories. Now it's just normally put at the very bottom, next to quality of life updates, and whatever else most people won't even look at. We've seen Dopplers changed again and again, then when those get fixed, something else becomes broken, and the cycle just continues. I think all this kind of makes sense based off a recent interview that Valve had with PCgamer. And this came out last Friday, and I think this essentially is a gold mine for a Q&A that we the players will have with Valve for now and in the future, and also explain some things of recent decisions in the past. Now in this interview, they talked about what their content plans are for year one, and their plans are in general. Valve stated that they learned their lessons on CSGO by not listening to the community, where they actually gave us specific examples such as the R8 being released. That thing was overpowered as shit. Pro players didn't even use it in tournaments when it got released, but that also reminds me of the current situation that we're in with CS2. That being the 2014 to 2016 era of Counter-Strike Global Offensive, where quality of life updates were not coming, bug fixes were not there, hitboxes were horrible, and Valve was most importantly not talking to us. And on top of all that, with those things not getting fixed, Valve was shoving microtransactions down our throats, and we were just left with a broken game. Not saying the community and game is like this right now, but with how many people want a new operation or new content in general is pretty scary, because it sounds like they're wanting this situation to happen again. Maybe they weren't around in this era of Counter-Strike, they forgot, but also too, to play devil's advocate for that, as well as Counter-Strike 2 is not broken as CSGO was at that current moment. Now based off this recent interview that PCgamer had with Valve, it doesn't look like we're going to see any big content drops anytime soon, such as a new operation or something similar but in a brand new format. But as it goes for a case, I don't think that's actually out of the question. We're currently only 3 to 4 months away from it being the 1-year mark when the Revolution case released. That was Counter-Strike's last known case, CSGO's last, and as of right now, CSGO has not even seen its first. And questions about what could be inside that have sprung up. In this most recent article, Valve talked about how they're going to add new maps, modes, but most importantly new weapons to CS2 at some later date. Could those be in the new case? Would they wait that long to have that gun in the game, then put that skin in the new case? Could Zeus skins, or since you can now inspect nade skins, could those be added to the workshop soon? Then put those in a case, make them their own little separate thing, then just have them on the in-game shop. Who really knows? With CS2 and Valve being as innovative as they are, and with the Source 2 engine, the possibilities are essentially endless. So the big takeaway from Valve's silence and also these recent blog posts is that we just simply, us the community, needs more communication with Valve. Talk to us once a month, that being through Reddit, a YouTube video, Twitter, maybe create a separate blog for us the community, maybe hire a community manager, I don't know. Or at the very least, just be more detailed detailed in the blog posts. I think all of that can go a very long way, which is why I've been such a big advocate for Valve to talk to us this past couple of years. Now lastly, going back to that interview that PCgamer had with Valve, as it goes for Valve's intentions with CS2 and their plans for year one, their main priorities seem to lie with the game and not adding new skins or new content, which, love or hated, I think is actually good. Fix what we currently have, that being the maps, modes, features, skins, add quality of life updates, and simple small fixes here and there to have this game up to more of a Valve standard release. But at the end of the day, it is Valve. Valve works on Valve time, and Valve does Valve things. Let me know what you guys think down below. Why do you think Valve has been so silent recently? Love to hear your guys' thoughts down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay positive, stay sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.